Hello friends, uh, myself Suresh Rapatrao Kamble, Senior Lecturer in Electronics Department, Government Polytechnic, Ahmednagar. Today we will discuss on mobile phone unit, first part. The contents of today's sessions, we will introduce mobile phone. Next we can discuss general block diagram of mobile phone unit, features of the phone, block diagram and working of the transmitter and receiver sections. Everyone knows about the mobile phone. Nowadays each and every person using mobile phone because due to the cost and lot of variety changes or lot of variety of research in a wireless communication and mobile phone. So the cost is decreased and usability is more, so the lot of people using mobile phones. What are the introduction we are discussed here that you already known. Mobile phone, it is also called as cell phone, hand phone, or simply mobile we can also call it, or just someone also called as cell. It's a portable telephone that can make and receive calls over a radio frequency link while the user is moving within a telephone service. The first cellular mobile phone was demonstrated by John F. Mitchell and Martin Cooper of Motorola in 1973 using a handset weighing of 2 kilograms. Nowadays the weight is in terms of grams, it is too much reduced and the size is also very reduced. This is general block diagram of cellular phone. These are the mainly 5 blocks considered in a cell phone or mobile phone and having antenna and other features. Transmitter section, frequency synthesizer, receiver section, logic section and control section. Handset we are seeing here, handset are nothing but the keypad sections, and these all handset and these all transmitter, frequency, receiver and logic unit and control unit with antenna all are inbuilt in a cellular phone. We will discuss all parts and details in the respective parts in next slides. But in today's this presentation we are discuss only transmitter and receiver sections, and other part we discuss in a second section because it is a lot of diagrams and parts in all sections. That's why we make in a 2 parts. Features of mobile phone. The main primary features of mobile phone is a voice communications. Like traditional phones, mobile phones allow one user to call another user and talk from each other. Mobile phone includes, nowadays mobile phone also includes GPS navigation, music system, video, RDS radio receiver, built-in projector, vibrations and other silent ring options, alarms, memory recordings, personal digital assistant functions, ability to watch streaming video, video download, video calling. These are the and all other extra features are also present in a today's mobile phone. This is a general block diagram of transmitter section of mobile phone, which consists of these 5-6 blocks and with antenna. The input coming from the frequency synthesizer, that section we discuss in the next parts. Phase modulator, which gives the input from microphones and audio amplifier. Mixer sections, also get the frequency from frequency synthesizer parts. 3-4 class C amplifier stages, and class amplifier stage also having the one of the block that is called as automatic power control block. It is also called as APC, which automatically control the power of the mobile phones. And next is a directional coupler, which gives the supply to the power control power output detector, DC amplifier, and again to the APC circuit to logic, and that signal goes to the logic unit. And last one is the duplex isolator, and duplex isolator also send the signal toward the receiver input and also towards the antenna, and antenna then transmit the signal to the next section. Now we discuss about the detail about the working of transmitter sections. No doubt transmitter is a FM transmitter operating in the frequency range of 825 to 845 megahertz. There are 666 3000 kilohertz transmit channels. Each channel is 82 point, suppose channel 1 is 825.03 megahertz, channel 2 is 825.06 megahertz, and so on up to channel 666 on 844.98 megahertz. The next block is the phase modulator. Modulate the pre-amplified voice signal and the carrier input from the frequency synthesizer. It produces a deviation of plus or minus 12 kilohertz. The modulator input is translated up to final transmitter frequency with the help of a mixer, whose second input also comes from the frequency synthesizer. The mixer output is fed to class C power amplifier stages, where the output signal is generated. The final amplifier stage, we are already seen in a block diagram. There are 3 amplifier stages. The final amplifier stage is designed to supply about 500 milliwatt to 3 watt power to the antenna. A unique feature of the high power transmitter is that its output is controllable by the cell site and MTSO. MTSO is nothing but the mobile telephone switching office. In such phones, special control signals picked up by the receiver are sent to an APC. We already see in a block diagram, that is called as automatic power control block, that sets the transmitter to one of 8 power output levels. That automatic set, because if it is not set, the signal will be get disconnected or lapsed. The directional coupler samples the transmitter output power and rectifies it into a proportional DC signal. This signal is used in the APC circuit and is transmitted back to the cell site, permitting the MTSO to know the present power level. It means that every time MTSO watching the power signals towards the mobile phone. If it is less than, then boost the signal to make the call. It also helps to minimize the interference from other stations in the same or adjacent cells. We already discussed the structure is a cell site and all stations are connected with each other. The transmitter output is then fed to a duplexer or isolator. It allows the transmitter and receiver to share the same antenna. In mobile phone, only one antenna for transmitter signal or receiver signal. Since cellular telephone units operate in full duplex mode, the transmitter and receivers operate simultaneously. For proper isolation, the transmitter and receiver frequencies are spaced 45 MHz apart from each other to avoid the interference between two signals. To keep proper isolation, the duplexer consists of 2 very sharp band pass filters, one for transmitter and one for the receiver signals. This is all about the transmitter sections. Now we discuss about the receiver section present in a mobile phone. This is a general block diagram of receiver sections in a mobile phone. This is also consists of 5-6 blocks. Mainly is a duplexer. Again the antenna signals pass to the duplexer, and duplexer again gave the signal from transmitter section also, and the duplexer pass signal to the RF amplifier to boost the signals. Next mixer, here two mixers are used, first mixer, second mixer. First mixer gets the input from antenna and local oscillator signal from frequency synthesizer. Next, first IF amplifier signal is found out. The first IF is 82.2 megahertz, and second mixer find out the second IF is 10.7 megahertz or 445 kilohertz. Second mixer also get the signal from the local oscillator. This signal pass to the FM demodulator. FM demodulator demodulate the signals and pass toward the RSSI. RSSI stand for received signal strength indicator, and again pass to the audio filter, and audio filter towards the loudspeaker. Loudspeaker speaks the whatever the input coming from the antenna. Again this signal pass to the serial data to logic section for storing and other recording purposes signals. Now we discuss about the detailed working of receiver sections. In cellular phone, no doubt here the dual conversion super heterodyne receiver is used. And first block is RF amplifier, boost the level of the received signal from the cell signal. The receiver's frequency range is 870.03 to 889.98 MHz. The first mixer translates the incoming signal down to first IF of 82.2 MHz. The local oscillator frequency is derived from the frequency synthesizer. The frequency synthesizer section we discuss in a next part. The oscillator frequency set the receiver channel. The signal from the output of the mixer is amplified by an IF amplifier and then passed to the second mixer. The second mixer is controlled by a crystal control local oscillator. The second IF is usually either 10.7 MHz or 455 kHz. The signal is then demodulated, de-emphasized, filtered and amplified before being applied to the output speaker in the handset. The output of the FM demodulator is also sent to bandpass filter circuit that select the control audio tones and digital control data stream. This information is used to set and control both the transmitter and receiver signal. The demodulator output is amplified and used as a receiver signal strength indicator. It is also called as RSSI. The RSSI signal is sent back to the cell site so that the MTSO mobile telephone switching office can monitor the receiver signal from the cell and make decision about the switching to another cell if signal from current cell is weak. With the help of RSSI, MTSO continuously watch the range or signal strength received from the mobile phone to provide the hopping or we can say handover to the other cell if the user is moving from one cell to another cell. This is all about the transmitter and receiver section we have discussed here. Thank you for patiently listening my session.